Drama, lawsuits, and power plays. In this week's explosive breakdown, we dive into Lawrence Rowe's alleged assault by Steve McGregor's supporters, Desmond McKenzie suing Damion Crawford over defamation, Dr. Alfred Dawes being slapped with a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, from street fights to Supreme Court filings, Jamaica's politics just went nuclear. Subscribe for weekly drama and political expert breakdowns. Leave a comment. Whose side are you on? Assaulted in the streets, sued in the courts, and the lies, they are unraveling faster than a dancehall beef. By the end of this video, you will see how one shirt, one drill, and one speech might bring down three of Jamaica's loudest political names. Let's break it all down. So imagine this: you're the former PNP caretaker for Central Kingston. You see someone alleged vandalizing by supporters of your successor, Steve McGregor. You whip out your phone to record the chaos because receipts matter, right? But then, bam! Allegedly, they pounce on you like a dancehall clash gone wrong. Me no know what worse, the violence or the fashion crime they committed on that shirt. Expert breakdown. Rowe reportedly filed a police report claiming malicious destruction of property and threats. And if that wasn't enough, the man said him have a draw for him knife when the drama continued hours later. Who's running Central Kingston? A constituency or a combat zone? Steve McGregor silent amidst the scandal. And McGregor, when the media called for comment, the man said, me depan important business. Call back, bro. Call back? Did he mean political engagement or an urgent barber appointment? The nation awaits. Who do you think crossed the line? Lawrence Rowe, Steve McGregor's supporters, or both? Drop your honest opinion, unfiltered, in the comments. The legal battle: Desmond McKenzie versus Damion Crawford. Now turn your eyes to West Kingston, where things are so tense even Desmond McKenzie couldn't ignore it. Man filed a defamation lawsuit against Damion Crawford for throwing shade on the Equalization Fund and calling his integrity into question. When Crawford said that KC no stand for Kingston College but King's Council, the man basically say, me no afraid a lawsuit. Expert analysis: defamation lawsuit filed in Supreme Court claims aggravated damages, loss of reputation, and moral injury. Mackenzie's team wants Crawford silenced and punished legally, of course. Will the courts protect Desmond's exemplary image, or will Crawford double down in typical firebrand fashion? The healthcare hot mess: Dr. Alfred Dawes versus Donovan Williams and MedTech. Next chapter: the surgical scandal. Dr. Alfred Dawes, respected surgeon and PNP caretaker, came out swinging. He called out Sierra and MedTech, claiming corruption in the purchase of a neurosurgical drill. And Donovan Williams, him not take that sitting down. Williams and MedTech filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. They're suing for defamation and special damages. Expert analysis: Sierra says process was legit. Dawes says it smells like hanky-panky. The truth: somewhere between a scalpel and a scandal. Will Dawes retract, or is this about to turn into a full-on medical malpractice of the legal kind? If the allegations are true, should Dawes and Crawford resign from politics entirely, or is this all just political games? The bigger story: is the PNP imploding, or is JLP playing chess? let's step back. In just 1 week, a former PNP caretaker allegedly assaulted a sitting senator hit with a lawsuit. A rising medical star dragged to court. If this was a soap opera, the PNP would be one life to sue, and the JLP possibly producing it. My expert insight. This isn't just party politics. It's strategic lawfare, brand destruction, and good old political power plays. The courtroom is the new campaign trail. What this means for the next election. While the PNP scrambles to defend reputations, the JLP is doing what it does best, exploiting the chaos. Every lawsuit chips away at credibility. Every scandal reinforces the JLP's narrative of a corrupt and unstable opposition. Politics in Jamaica isn't about policies anymore. It's about optics and who sues who. If you're not watching carefully, you're just voting blindly. Do you believe the PNP is in crisis mode, or is the JLP just better at playing dirty politics? Let's hear it in the comments. Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. Lawrence Rowe reportedly assaulted by McGregor's supporters. Desmond McKenzie sues Damion Crawford for defamation over equalization fund accusations. Donovan Williams and Medtech sue Dr. Alfred Dawes over corruption allegations in health procurement. PNP under heavy fire. JLP using courtroom strategy. Will McGregor respond? Will lawsuits proceed or get settled? Will this implode the PNP? If you thought this week was messy, wait till you hear who's next on the lawsuit list. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss part 2 of this political meltdown. Trust me, Jamaica politics just gone full soap opera. So now me go play an audio excerpt from Lawrence Rowe talk about the whole altercation and the situation. So me could hear where Rowe have to say. Let's listen up.
On the 26th of May, I was at the intersection of Great Georgia Street and Steel Street, where I observed Steve McGregor's supporters ripping down the UIC's candidate paraphernalia from a light pole. I recorded the incident and an argument ensued, and I was threatened. The regular police patrolled the area, came on the scene, and his supporters left the vicinity. I was then advised to make a report at the Almontown police station. Later on in the evening, around 9 p.m., the gentleman who threatened me came inside the yard that I was playing dominoes and reiterated his threat. When I turned around, I saw a JDF officer at the gate holding his waist. When I attempted to run off, my attacker grabbed me by my shirt and tore it. I managed to grab a knife from my neighbor's yard, and people started to intervene. I then went to the Almontown police station to make a report and give a statement. I've also informed the UIC party of the incident and sent them video clippings and recordings of what transpired from in the day to the evening hours.
Who remember in the 90s when the PNP used to run political circles around Edward Siaga and the JLP, just outclass them at every turn, led by PG Pattison. Now fast forward to the future, we can see the JLP is actually playing the better game at politics. Now you don't have to agree with that, but that's just my opinion. You see, the JLP is very good at exploiting chaotic situations and flipping and spinning the narrative to suit them, because you control a narrative by staying ahead of the narrative. I'm tired for telling you. So you have to understand, say, every single time you see the JLP file a lawsuit against a PNP individual, it actually chips away and damages their credibility. Because if what you did have said it actually credible, then why would I file one lawsuit against you if you have all of the facts, if you have all of the proof and evidence that would actually defeat me in court, the person who have filed the lawsuit against you. That's the message where the lawsuit are sent every time you see the JLP files a lawsuit against somebody over the PNP. A lot of people don't get it, but don't make you go over your head. And these lawsuits filed by the JLP against people over the PNP serves the purpose of weakening the positions of the PNP. So the JLP is actually very good at flipping the scandals them on their heads. No matter how damaging the scandal them look to the JLP party, them always manage and find a way to actually weasel and worm them way out of it and come out unscathed. You see the Prime Minister do it with the Integrity Commission. So every single scandal serves the purpose for the JLP to actually reinforces its narrative of a corrupt and unstable opposition, because that are the narrative where the JLP are paint of the PNP. Say them are the ones who are corrupt and them are the ones who are actually unstable. So you don't need to give them no chance to get political office cars. Oh, them only a fight for power and they're incompetent. Them don't know how to run the country. Those are the narratives where the wholeness administration keep repeating on their political platforms. So you have to understand, say, our style of politics isn't about policies anymore. It's about perception. It's about optics. You see me? And who can sue who first? That's why you need to be watching and paying keen and close attention very carefully to your favorite politician them. So don't just go and vote blindly like you have a blindfold over your eye. So basically this isn't just politics, you know. This is a very well calculated strategic tactic where the JLP continues to launch and exploit every single scandal where the PNP try raise and bring against the JLP. So that is why I say the political campaign them basically take place in the courtrooms. It's the same exact reason why you see the JLP take the Integrity Commission to court. It is actually a strategy to cast doubts in the minds of the people, because at first everybody that say, yes man, the Integrity Commission, fine him. The Integrity Commission have proof and see evidence there, and we see it and we hear all live facts and evidence from the Integrity Commission. Then bam, we'll take them to court and say, a lie, not no go so, ray. Yeah, it create a doubt in your mind now. So now you start second guess and question what you just see and hear. That is the purpose of propaganda or a counter narrative. Kaya say, no man, if them have all live facts and evidence against the Prime Minister and he in a big trouble, why him a go take them to court if him in a the wrong? That political strategy or that power play is just to try as an attempt to weaken the position of the Integrity Commission, damage their credibility and reputation. You see me? So it's just political propaganda. So as long as them having you questioning the integrity of the Integrity Commission and the government start paint them as, oh, they end up on a political witch hunt and everything where them say false, as long as they can get you to turn on the Integrity Commission, even if the Integrity Commission was in the right as a watchdog or do their job, them only need you to start doubt the Integrity Commission. And by doing that, they accomplish their goal. And I said that, if said this, just like how you see the PNP took the government to court with the illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional states of emergency, where the government been using probably over 15 illegal states of emergency, and the PNP win in court. So after the PNP win the case against the government, what the government turn around and do after that? Them a challenge the ruling, even though they lose, you know. Then they decide to say, oh, we not say we lose, but guess what? We not take the lose, we still are gonna challenge the loss what we get in the court. Yes, we are gonna challenge it. So even when you see the government lose, them don't take the loses. So those are the little micro things one have to pay attention to. What they did was wrong and illegal, and instead they accept the L, then decide to no, we are gonna challenge it because the state of emergency was needed for curb crime and whatever. But that was never the purpose or the intent of the state of emergency. That's why we need to pay keen and close attention to everything that is going on. So now we could talk about the Lawrence Rowe incident. Let this be a lesson to everybody, not just Lawrence Rowe. You see, when you're the man and you in the position of power, everybody cheer for you. Everybody say, yeah, Lawrence Rowe man and him will be with next MP, and everybody did support him and everybody did say him. You see, as soon as he get replaced, you realize that the said man them with it say Ray, them said one, I issue him threat. You see me, them said one, I rush him now. Yeah, human nature. It is as predictable as the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. You see me, never make nobody gas you up and say Ray and Tay. Make people prove their loyalty through their actions, not through their words. Cause anybody can support you when you're up or when you're in a one position to help them. But as soon as you fall and you're upon your face, he said man them would have say, hey, if a boy this Lawrence, me I got this and me I got that to them, you know. Them said one turn around and I say, hey boy Lawrence, hey watch me and you. And we did a record. So let that be a life lesson. So apparently them did a tear down the sign of a UIC candidate. And that is not any surprise to me. I don't know about anybody else, but them they are common things we see. In Montego Bay, the JLP mayor did a tear down PMP sign. So them tearing down the sign of the UIC, yeah, that's expected. So the lawsuit where Desmond McKenzie filed against Damion Crawford is a defamation lawsuit related to some comments where Crawford did make at a PMP meeting on March 2nd this year. So during Crawford's presentation at that PMP meeting, he made comments about Desmond McKenzie's character where he cast some aspersions about McKenzie's level of truthfulness. So in a rebuttal, McKenzie retaliated by seeking aggravated and exemplary damages, cost and interest pursuant to the Law Reform Miscellaneous Provisions Act. So Mackenzie's legal team filed the proceedings through the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston. So one of Mackenzie's lawyer noted in the court documents that Desmond McKenzie's exemplary record of service to Jamaica has been brought into disrepute by Crawford's allegation. So now after Desmond McKenzie do all of that, Crawford fires back. You see me? So shots fired. So Crawford had responded in March to Mr. McKenzie's letter of demand a few weeks ago by posting on social media of an image of King's Counsel Ransford Braham and stated that KC on my uncle's name does not mean Kingston College, brother Desmond. If you don't know Damion Crawford, he always a boast about King's Counsel lawyer uncle. We even as far back as in a COVID time when Crawford used to talk. You see me? He always say, me can't talk like this guy. Nobody can bad me up from over the JLP because my uncle is a King's Counsel. You see me? Crawford always boast on that.